Dawn's Editorial, the 14th of May 2025. Crisis averted. As Pakistan and India count their casualties, tend to the wounded and grieve the fallen, the leaderships of the two nations, as well as their people, must ask themselves whether perennial conflict is in their individual interests. Difficult words explained. 1. Casualties. Meaning, people injured or killed in war. Synonyms, victims, losses. Antonyms, survivors, unscathed. 2. Grieve. Meaning, to feel deep sorrow. Synonyms, mourn, lament. Antonyms, rejoice, celebrate. 3. Fallen. Meaning, soldiers who have died in battle. Synonyms, deceased, slain. Antonyms, living, surviving. 4. Leaderships. Meaning, the people who lead or govern. Synonyms, authorities, rulers. Antonyms, followers, citizens. 5. Perennial. Meaning, lasting or existing for a long time. Synonyms, everlasting, enduring. Antonyms, temporary, short-lived. 6. Conflict. Meaning, a serious disagreement or war. Synonyms, dispute, clash. Antonyms, peace, harmony. The military confrontations between the two nations last week provided just a small glimpse into the destruction that can be unleashed on both sides of the border in the event of an all-out war. Difficult words explained. 1. Confrontations. Meaning, direct conflicts or fights. Synonyms, clashes, battles. Antonyms, agreements, truces. 2. Glimpse. Meaning, a quick or small look. Synonyms, peek, flash. Antonyms, stare, view. 3. Destruction. Meaning, ruin or complete damage. Synonyms, devastation, annihilation. Antonyms, construction, preservation. 4. Unleashed. Meaning, released or let loose forcefully. Synonyms, triggered, loosed. Antonyms, restrained, suppressed. 5. All-out war. Meaning, total and unrestricted war. Synonyms, full-scale war, total war. Antonyms, truce, ceasefire. The American president, who brokered a ceasefire between the two, has remarked that his administration helped prevent a nuclear exchange. Difficult words explained. 1. Brokered. Meaning, arranged or negotiated, a deal or agreement. Synonyms, mediated, negotiated. Antonyms, opposed, disrupted. 2. Ceasefire. Meaning, temporary stop to fighting. Synonyms, truce, armistice. Antonyms, conflict, attack. 3. Remarked. Meaning, said or commented. Synonyms, stated, noted. Antonyms, ignored, withheld. 4. Administration. Meaning, the government in power. Synonyms, government, regime. Antonyms, opposition, anarchy. 5. Nuclear exchange. Meaning, mutual use of nuclear weapons. Synonyms, atomic strike, nuclear war. Antonyms, peace, disarmament. If hostilities had reached that point, the leaderships of India and Pakistan would have failed their most fundamental duty, to prevent catastrophe. Difficult words explained. 1. Hostilities. Meaning, acts of war or conflict. Synonyms, aggression, combat. Antonyms, peace, harmony. 2. Fundamental. Meaning, basic or essential. Synonyms, core, primary. Antonyms, secondary, trivial. 3. Catastrophe. Meaning, a sudden and widespread disaster. Synonyms, disaster, calamity. Antonyms, blessing, success. As nuclear nations, both countries have a duty to wield their powers with utmost responsibility and immense restraint. Difficult words explained. 1. Wield. Meaning, to use or handle, especially power or authority. Synonyms, exercise, apply. Antonyms, neglect, ignore. 2. Utmost. Meaning, greatest or highest in degree. Synonyms, maximum, supreme. Antonyms, least, minimal. 3. Immense. Meaning, extremely large or great. Synonyms, vast, enormous. Antonyms, small, limited. 4. Restraint. Meaning, self-control or limitation. Synonyms, control, discipline. Antonyms, excess, aggression. It is in the strategic interest of both nations to avoid all-out war, and ceasefires are not concessions but necessary steps to prevent irreparable damage. Difficult words explained. 1. Strategic. Meaning, relating to a long-term plan or goal. Synonyms, tactical, planned. Antonyms, unplanned, random. 2. Concessions. Meaning, something given up or compromised. Synonyms: compromise, allowance. Antonyms: demand, refusal. 3. Irreparable, meaning, cannot be repaired or undone. Synonyms: permanent, incurable. Antonyms: fixable, recoverable. The Indian government's decision to escalate hostilities by striking mainland Pakistan was dangerously provocative and must be seen as a grave miscalculation. Difficult words explained. 1. Escalate, meaning, to increase or intensify. Synonyms: intensify, heighten. Antonyms: de-escalate, reduce. 2. Striking, meaning, attacking or hitting. Synonyms: attacking, assaulting. Antonyms: defending, retreating. 3. Provocative, meaning, causing anger or strong reaction. Synonyms: inflammatory, inciting. Antonyms: calming, soothing. 4. Grave, meaning, serious or severe. Synonyms: serious, critical. Antonyms: minor, trivial. 5. Miscalculation, meaning, a wrong judgment or error in planning. Synonyms: error, mistake. Antonyms: accuracy, precision. Matters were not helped by the gleeful cheerleading for the ensuing violence by the media on both sides of the border. Difficult words explained. 1. Gleeful, meaning, joyful in a way that may be inappropriate. Synonyms: joyous, delighted. Antonyms: sorrowful, serious. 2. Cheerleading, meaning, enthusiastic support or promotion. Synonyms: applauding, supporting. Antonyms: criticizing, opposing. 3. Ensuing, meaning, following as a result. Synonyms: resulting, subsequent. Antonyms: preceding, previous. The pressure to attack and counterattack kept growing, till, it seems, both countries were ready to launch full-scale hostilities against each other. Difficult words explained. 1. Counterattack, meaning, an attack in response to another attack. Synonyms: retaliation, reprisal. Antonyms: surrender, withdrawal. 2. Full-scale, meaning, complete and unrestrained. Synonyms: all-out, total. Antonyms: limited, partial. In retrospect, the region narrowly avoided calamity. We are now being told we were on the brink of a nuclear war. Key points of the editorial. 1. Reflection after escalation. India and Pakistan must reflect on whether continuous conflict serves their national interests after recent military confrontations. 2. Risk of nuclear war. The situation came dangerously close to a nuclear exchange, which was only prevented due to international diplomacy, particularly US mediation. 3. Failure of leadership. Had the situation escalated, it would have indicated a failure of leadership in both countries to prevent catastrophe. 4. Danger of escalation. India's decision to strike mainland Pakistan was highly provocative and a serious miscalculation, worsening the crisis. 5. Media's role in fueling tensions. Media on both sides contributed to rising tensions through emotional and nationalistic coverage. 6. Imminent catastrophe. Both nations were on the brink of a full-scale war with potential nuclear consequences. 7. Horrific nuclear consequences. A nuclear war would lead to mass destruction, radiation sickness, disease, famine, and global environmental damage, e.g., nuclear winter. 8. Shared responsibility for peace. Only the political will and wisdom of Indian and Pakistani leaders can ensure lasting peace. This responsibility cannot be shifted elsewhere.